Hello friend, welcome back. In your previous video here, we successfully able to add some of the value, right? That means we successfully add some of the item, which is totally fine. And also I have discussed about when that will be empty, you are not able to add any item. Now in this video, I want to discuss about this time. Okay, and also our post time format will be like that. Okay, so if you want to do that work, better I copy it. And then here I want to put some of the references. I want to get this time like that. Okay, so that will be our time format. I will simply put some of the comment. So if you want to get this time, then there is also another option as a date. So better here with this constant I take another variable as a now time. Okay, now time means I want to do with this new, there is a date format that I simply loaded this date. And now if you display it with this console log, okay, with this console and then with the console log, now if you display that now, then that will be display on the date. That means that your current date. If you now click as a save all, now go there, click as a refresh, and now if you go to that inspect, into this inspect, if you go to the console, now you can see it's not display our this current time. So I don't want to display that things like that way. Our format will be like it, right? Here we need that our PM or the AM. So if you want to get it, then there is also another method we have to do, like in our now, into this now position I want to do and to declare another method as a to locally time string. Okay, so that is a to locally time string. If you call it, now that will be changed. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh, now you can see it's a display like that way. Now we have to get that our date, and we have to get that month, and then there is our time, right? So if you want to get these things like that way, then there have also like here you can add some of the option. Okay, for the first time I want to make one of the option, or that will be as English, and then also that will be as a US type. Okay, so with this it will be divided your time with the 12 hour. So I make it as English and then the USA. And after that I want to add another option or another multiple option, because we have to display the date and then our month, right? Here I want to add one of the object, and into this object I want to declare some of the property as a month property. Okay, I simply loaded that month property. So into this month property here they have some of the default option. You can see when you press it, now there is option, or also if you put your cursor, they have some of the option as a numeric, 2-digit, long, short, and the narrow. Okay, so now for the month I want to do that will be if you go, you can see there is one of the short form of the month, right? And also I want to get the 2-digit, and also for the time I want to get the 2-digit, right? If you want to do that work, so for the month I want to use it our option as a short option. Okay, that will be the short. I simply loaded that short. Great. And after that I want to declare another one as a day. Okay, a day property, and for the day property I want to declare that will be as a to numeric, because date format will be as a numeric, and then I want to display that our property will be as a 2-digit, right? Because here that is display our hour as a 2-digit. Okay, and minute also will be as a 2-digit. So I want to make it as a 2-digit, and for the minute, okay, for the minute that is the default one of the property, and this property I want to make it as a 2-digit. Great. So I simply load it. Okay, and now if you click as a save all, and now if you go refresh it, you can see now that is display like that. Is very much relative our this format. If you compare it, but I copy it, and now our format I get it like that. Okay, but here one things, like first for here our format that I want for the first time, that will be display as a our date, and then that will be display the month. But our right now I'm actually receiving some of the format. The receiving format for first time that is display the month, and then that is display the date, right? Now we have to swap it. I have already discussed about that things with you, how to swap it. So now I want to do, and also here that is actually one of the date object. Okay, so better I want to take it. I simply copy or cut it from to this position, and in our date, okay, into this date area. After this I want to paste it. So right now we don't need this. I simply close it. Okay, I simply close it. And now I want to do, for the first time, I want to just simply understand what exactly the things I'm doing. It's very easy if you understand. Like, I take another variable as a date, and with this date, that is our now, right? So I have already taken all that our date format variable into this now. So now with this now area here, I want to declare our split method. Okay, I want to split with what? Like here, if you go right now, we are getting this, right? That is one part, and then there is another comma, and after that, there is our another part. That is our time part, and that is our date part, right? I want to split with this comma. Okay, if you want to split with this comma, then only you have to do here, I want to split with the comma. Okay, now if you want to check it, I show you in the console log. Okay, console. With this console log, if you now display our this date, now then everything will be more clear. If you now click as a save all, so here I'm actually splitting with comma, right? Before I get this data like that way, like here that have one of the comma, so now that will be defined with the two array. I show you if you now click as a refresh. Now you can see it's now split with this comma, and if you go now, there is a 0 index and that is our 1 index. So here I want to change our this format, right? For the first time I want to work into the 0 index. Laterly we'll get the time. Our time is perfect here, we don't need to change anything, but our date format, that will be changed, because that will be display of date as a first and month will be as a next, right? So now I want to split here. Okay, I want to split in our this 0 index, right? So that is a 0 index, and that is our total date. And into this date area here, they have one of the space. You can see they have one of the space. So now with this space, I want to split it again. So here after that, okay, after that, that will be our which index? That will be as a 0 index, right? Into the 0 index area, here I want to declare another split, and now I want to split with the space. Okay, so now that will be another function. Now if you click as a save all, and now if you go, now there is our 0 index. Now click as a refresh. Yes, now you can see now that is divided with the 0 index as a October and 1 index will be as a 27. Simple. Now I want to display our first that is 1 index first and then 0 index later, right? So then our format will be same. I want to take another variable. I hope you friend it's very much clear to you. So there is the constant variable. I name it as a format time. So this type of another variable, and here for first time I want to make it as a backtick, and into this backtick that will be the dollar sign. With this dollar sign I declared the curly bracket, and then that will be as a date, right? And into this date area I want to get that our this date first, so that will be as a 1 index. I want to get that as a 1 index. Okay, that is our 1 index, and then that will be our another one with this same curly bracket, and then the date, and then the date here I want to display our second one. Then that will be display our month. Month is the 0 index, so I want to display as a 0 index. Okay, here I simply loaded that things in here. You can see that will be after that. I simply cut it because that is our first one, and then that will be our another one. Okay, now that will be our 1 index. 1 index means that will be display our date, and that 0 index that will be display our month. Great. Now if you want to check it, like here with this console log, okay, with this console log, I want to display our this format. Okay, here also I make it as a semicolon, the formatted time. Now everything will be very clear. Before that was display the month and then the date. Now I have display the 1 index. 1 index means that will be display our date, right? That will be displayed the date and then the month. Simple. So now if you click as a save all, I take it here. Now that should be display. Click as a refresh. You can see now that is display as a date first, and then that is our October, that is month, right? And now after that I want to display our another one as a another part. I have already discussed about that things with you. That is our time, right? Time that was into the 1 index. So better I want to get this time, another variable as a constant variable. Constant, so that is a constant variable. I name it as a time. Okay, for the time that will be as a now. Before I have already checked it the now, and with this now I want to split. I want to split with the comma. Okay, so here as I told you that will be needed. So that is our I split the comma, and then that is a clear which data, that is our one index data, right? Because into the 0 index, that was actually our this part, and 1 index, that was our this time part, right? So here I split with the same again with the comma, and now I want to get this part, so that will be our 0 and that is our 1. So for the reasons here I want to take it as a 1 index data, so that will be as a 1. Okay, I simply take it. So now with our formatted time, here we get our this format, right? So now we get this format and then the comma. So after that I want to add that as a comma, and then I want to display our time. Our time, I take the things with this variable. Now that should be with this dollar sign and then the curly bracket, our time, right? So now that is appropriate. If you now click as a save all, and now if you run our this formatted time, click as a refresh, you can see now there is a date, then the month, and then the time. So now that is totally appropriate. Okay friend, how to do that work? I hope every part is very much clear to you. So now we have to display it in here, right? Before display, I want to do that is our total work, but I want to take everything, our total time format, I cart it. Okay, I cart it, and I want to declare one of the function. Okay, I want to declare one of the function, and I just put one of the function name as a get formatted time. Okay, so this type of one of the name, so that is our function name, and here I want to paste it. Okay, I simply paste it. Great. So now I want to return you can return this method. Okay, you can return this function rather than everything is in our here, right? Everything in here. So better I want to return this part. Right now we don't need this, and here I want to return it. Okay, I simply return this. So from here I want to return it. So into this return area, because here actually display our this total date format, right? So from here I simply return it, and that is our function. So now I want to display it. I want to display it in our which place. So that is our dev item. Into this item area, you can see that is actually the time, right? So in particular that position I want to display. So if you want to display it for the first time, I want to take our property, that means our function here. Okay, here better I want to I take one of the constant variable. Oh, sorry, that is a constant variable. I name it as a time, and into this time area here I want to declare our method name for the get time method. That is this one, right? Where I copy it, and then after this here I simply paste it. Okay, so I take that method, I take it with this time, and now I want to display this time here. Okay, so I simply remove it, and in particular that position if you want to display, then for the first time that will be as a dollar, and then into the curly bracket I want to display the time. Okay, simple. Now let's check this out. If you now click as a save all, and now if you go click as a refresh. Okay, I refresh it. Right now we don't need this. I refresh it again. I put on the name, that will be as a plus. I put that value, click as a enter. You can see it's now perfect. It's now perfectly get the 27 October and exactly my time. Okay, exact time is now successfully added. If you add another one, I put that value, insert it, say that is actually appropriate time. You can see it's totally now dynamic. Okay friend, how can do that work? I hope it's very clear. If you want to add that -1, I put that value, insert it, everything is working, date format is also successfully working. Okay, I hope friend you get some of the idea how to do that work. So next video I want to work in our local storage. Okay, how can do that work step by step. I will show you that things with the live example. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.